So I was at the gym. I went back. I already went today, but I went back because I wanted to try out my new weightlifting belt. Like I got this new weightlifting belt. Like when you can like put it on your waist, and you can do like pull-ups with it, dips with it. I used to have one before, but it snapped because it was a leather one, and there was like screws that you could like put inside it. But like, after you use it for a while, it goes like rusty and stuff, even if there's no water nearby. Let me turn the music down a bit. Sorry, I had music playing really loud. I couldn't hear myself talk. So I got a new belt and I went to the gym to try it out. I also got some chalk still on my hands a little bit. By the way, that's another thing. See, if you go gym a lot and you do a lot of pull-ups and stuff, that's like you can't do anything about that. That's like man hands, right? But personally, I think it's like a badge of honor, right? So like, see if you see a man have hands like this, then you know he's a hard worker. So anyway, I saw this girl there. She's a PT, a new PT. She's sort of my age. She's around 19, 20 years old. I'm 24. I've known this girl for a few weeks now, coming up to like maybe a month or two. Um, Very attractive. Beauty is not a question. Very attractive girl. Um, but she has no depth inside her, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. So, whenever I went up to her, you know, it was not initially to gain anything. I didn't want to gain anything from her. I just wanted to know who she was. Whenever there's a new PT at my current gym, I always say hi to them because, I go there very, very often. And, it's polite. And also I'm interested in who the new PTs are. I was friends with every single PT that worked at the Pure Gym that I go to. Um, so I treated her the same way. But I noticed she was very different from the start. She was a bit like very standoffish. Now, that tells me one thing. Well, actually a few things, but that tells me that she thinks very highly of herself and she seeks external validation. She built an identity, a soul, a presence, an ego off of the validation that other men give her. Now, that could be from in real life interactions or it could be on social media, but you can sense this straight away from a human being by the way they respond to you. Because when I went up to her, asking like, oh, hi, how are you? When did you start working here? Like, what made you want to start? She probably thought I was flirting with her or I wanted to gain something from her. Sex, as always. Like, so she has like those walls up, those boundaries, because maybe she thinks that all men are like that. Um, which is not true. But actually, nowadays, it's probably true because, men are very weak nowadays. They seek external validation. They are driven by lust, by ego, by just shallow. They care about how they look. They just want girls for sex, to control them, to um, just to say that they have them. It's not how it should be, right? So I'm kind of rambling now, but basically, the last time I talked to her, I was um I was asking about if she had any clients yet, and she told me no, because she said that she wanted to she doesn't even know if she wanted to do this PT course like properly, and she's still thinking about like going to university to do like criminology or going away to like London, like moving away like quite far away and stuff. So clearly that tells me that she's still like becoming. She doesn't know who she is yet. She's trying to find her identity, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying she's at a different point in life, a different stage in my life. Not in my life, in life, I mean. I used to have a friend that I fell out with now because his ego is just too big, and he when we were still talking, he was showing me how he was flirting with this girl, like messaging her, talking to her. And this guy is a very big ego man, he's a sort of type to, take his t-shirt off in the gym, like, "Oh, macho, macho," one of those people. So he was showing me how he was messaging her, like, "Oh, hey, give me your number." Just like, it made me cringe, right? I mean, back then I was still talking to him, but it was just like, I didn't say anything. I was just like, why didn't you ask her that in real life? I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, and I really don't think it is. I know I'm different. I know I think differently, and I came to terms with it, and I accepted it, and I love how I am. I love how I think. But this is why I can't be around so much people, like anyone nowadays. I do have friends that are like real, like my PT Luke. He does Muay Thai, and he's a very, very, very honest, genuine, God-fearing person. He goes to church. He has a loving girlfriend. He's real. He's raw. I can have a conversation with him. He's a mirror to me because he's not insecure. He's not insecure. He doesn't have to take his t-shirt off in the gym. He doesn't have to flirt with every woman that comes in the room to show that he can have sex with them because he has money, he has power, he's strong. He could kill a man. He could kill a man on the street, but he chooses not to. That's real strength, right? So when I was talking to this girl in the gym the last time, she was telling me how I speak very slowly, and she seemed very like, I could see in her eyes she thought I was intense, like too intense. And I told her, like, that's just how I talk. Is that not how everyone talks? And then she was like, like, um, and I had a few girls tell me that, not that I speak slowly, but one of them told me I have a very unique mind, that I'm very different to other people, that they never met anyone like me before. And see, now most people would think this is like an ego boost, like a narcissistic thing, like, oh, look at me, I'm getting all these girls to say these things about me. But here's the thing, like, I'm not trying to gain them, I'm not trying to have sex with them, but I could if I wanted to. This is what I'm trying to say. This is the video today. I crave depth over beauty. Obviously, I have to be attracted to them, right? Or it's not going to work. And this girl is very attractive, highly attractive, but she has no depth inside her. Like, she doesn't have an identity. And see, if I was this friend that I used to talk to, he would just, and he was in my position, and he was talking to her today, and he sensed that she was very like drawn to him, meaning me, right? He would just ask her out. He would say, "Oh, come, let's have a workout. Let's go for a coffee. Let's go for a walk." And this is the thing. I could have done that, and she would have said yes. I know she would have said yes, but I don't want to because I didn't feel at home with her. There was no soul inside, right? I need that mirror. I need the woman to have that mirror inside. So when I talk about the things I usually talk about, like, instance, today we were talking about like just London, because she wants to go to university in London. I can't talk properly because I'm tired, and I was saying, like, yeah, London's quite nice. I like to go on like walks and stuff sometimes, like alone. She said, like, what do you do? I said, like, I have like a cocktail or something and go for like a walk. And then she gave me like this weird look, and she did that twice. The last time we talked, she asked me if I went to university, and I said no. And this is the look she gives. She goes like, she looks away like. Now that tells me she doesn't know what to say, one, or she thinks that she's above me. And it wasn't in the malicious way. There was no bad energy behind it. So I think personally, she doesn't know what to say. I think it's like a slow, like a admiration, because she can tell that I'm different, because I'm not chasing her. I don't want anything from her, but I'm still present, and my energy is open, right? I'm calm, I'm confident, But this is not because I want anything from her. It's just how I am, because I love humans naturally, right? If they're good to me, then there's no reason for me not to be good to them, because we're all just walking each other home, right? We're all the same. There's no difference. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I crave depth. I need her to have an identity. I need her to not be so shallow minded, not seek external validation so much. Because I can tell this girl from the gym, she still cares what people think about her. She still likes that men flirt with her or look at her or find her attractive. And I don't want someone like that. I want someone who's confident in themselves, who love themselves, who can be alone, completely alone, still, in nature, in their room. I want someone with real depth. I crave depth over beauty.